Good day, everybody. Thank you again for joining my Forex class, where I'm moving forward and we are still going higher. How has been the trading today? Today being Wednesday, how I believe some of you have cashed out some profits from the market. And if you are new on the market, how has been the experience? So I want you to drop your experience so far on the comments and on the comment section. So, but don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more information, for more education on Forex. Today we will be talking about when can you trade Forex? When can you trade Forex? When exactly can I see the chart as we are seeing it and said I want to enter the market as a trader? When can I enter this uh, profitable market? Exactly when can I enter the market? When can I trade? So trading is very easy, but you have to understand the time session that you are trading with. We have series of about 4 to 5 sessions that we can trade in Forex. So you can make money either by when the market goes up, and also you can also make money when the market also go down. So as a trader, you make money in two ways, either when the market goes up or when the market goes down. So when the market goes up is when we said we are buying, and when the market comes down is when we said we are selling. So there are 4 major trading sessions that we're going to discuss in this class this afternoon, this morning, this evening, as the case may be, wherever you are. So the first session that we're going to talk about here is the Sydney section. The Sydney session. Now this session at which when the Australia, some people call it Australia session when Australia wake up, and when not wake up this time around, when the Australia is in the right market, when they begin to trade. So their section open, I will calculate it in Nigerian time because we are in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria presently. So the session open between 10 p.m. That's the first session in Forex. They open 10 p.m. In our previous class, I said market open sometime 10 or 11. So this session is the first session of the market. So they are the first session to open the market. So the market is the session is when the investors come in. So they come in to place their order in the market. So this session open by 10 p.m. in the night, and it closes by 7 a.m. It open by 10 and close by 7 a.m. in the morning. Then the second section is Tokyo section. Tokyo section. We can also call it Asian section. So that's when the Asian they open the market. They open the market, and this market open in Nigerian time by 1 a.m. and the market close at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. That's 10 a.m. in Nigerian time. Then the next section is London section. That's Europe section. So London section. Then this market open by 8 a.m. and closes by 4 p.m. It's open by 8 a.m. and closes by 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Then the last session that we're going to talk about here is New York section. New York session. So New York session open by uh 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Now what just happened some couple of minutes ago, hours ago now. Then when the New York session wants to open, the market change direction automatically. So that's what usually happen when there is a crux session between a particular session that want to close and a new one that want to open. The market will react based on the section of the new session. So e open by uh, 1 p.m. in the afternoon and closes by 10 p.m. That's the last session of the day. So they open by 1 and close by 10. So I will make more emphasis on the Tokyo section and the London and UK section and New York section, because they are more very profitable section, because that's during those sessions markets moves very well during those sections. And particularly someone asked me sometimes ago that when exactly can I trade forex. You trade when two sessions is even when their time meet each other. That is when this one is about to close and this new session want to open. That's the best time to trade, because there are a lot of liquidity during those time. Like when London session overlap the New York session, so that's the best time to trade. Or when Tokyo session overlap the London session, that's the best time to trade. Or when the Sydney section overlap the Tokyo section, those are the best time to trade. But the best day to trade forex is between Tuesday and Wednesday, because during those time the investors will have come in and they will have set their order in the market, and there will be a lot of liquidity during those time. So it is it's very okay for you as a trader to enter your trade when these two sessions overlap each other. Then I said I will make more emphasis on New York session. Don't forget I said Tokyo session rather. So Tokyo session open by 12 by 1 a.m. and closes by 10 a.m. as I said earlier. So this market is one of the third largest economy in the world. So they are very good economy. So this because of the population in that area. Don't forget China as one of the world largest economy now, the second after US now. They are also part of this section also, because they are in Asia. So their session is coincide with Tokyo. Tokyo, the capital of Japan. So that's what they usually call it. They call it Tokyo session. Tokyo session. So this session, you can trade either yen or Australian pair during those sessions, because those sessions is when Australia and Tokyo currency pair, they are the one that is they are the one that in the market during those sessions. So the main investors in this during those time period for Tokyo and Australian period, they are the companies and exporters and commercial bank, also central bank. And don't forget, Japan is one of the largest exporters of goods and services. Likewise, China also. So major trader depend on those sessions, because there will be a lot of transaction going on between that session, because during those sessions they usually have a lot of liquidity in those sessions. So many traders place their trade between 1 a.m. and let's say 5 a.m. in the morning. So you make some people trade during those periods and exit the market. They leave the other thing to other people. So during those sessions are very good session, because there are a lot of participants in that time. So it's very good to trade between those time. Then in the second section that I'm going to make more emphasis is the London section. So this section is about 30% of all forex transactions that happen during this period. That is 30% of all forex transactions happen between London section, because this European section. So a lot of European investors, they engage in this section. Because it cross the two section, that is Tokyo and Sydney time. So it cross their section. So, and also it also cross American section also, which is New York section. So it make more money during those periods. So it is most volatile section. This section open by, don't forget I said this section open by 7 in the morning, I mean by 8 in the morning, and close by 4. So by 8 o'clock in the morning Nigerian time, so you can start trading in New York, London section. So, and what are the currency pairs that you can trade during this session? You can trade Euro USD or GDP USD, USD JPY, or you can trade USD chef, or you can also trade Euro JPY or GDP JPY during those sessions. There are good opportunity to trade this currency pair during those times. Then the next one, which is going to be the last one here, section, is the most powerful section in forex trade, in forex market, because it carry a lot of transactions that happen during this period. It's the New York section. This is the American section. So it's the highest liquidity section in forex market. So because it overlap the European section, which is the second largest section in the forex market. So it overlapped that time. So during that time, there are a lot of liquidity in that time, because section of London is about to close, then American section coming. So the two sections, there are a lot of volatility, a lot of liquidity in those during those sections. So it carries 80% of all traders, 80% of all trades that happen during this period are majorly dollar pairs. So majority of transactions that happen during those period are dollar pairs. So it's good. It's a good opportunity to trade US pair when New York session open. Don't forget I said this session opens by 1 p.m. and closes by 10 p.m. So it's open by 1 and close by 10. So you can start trading in New York session by 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock, and you make a lot of money from that time, because during that session market react in that section. So there is a lot of little movement on Saturday afternoon, majorly on Saturday afternoon. So there is a lot of little movement. So the market don't usually move on Friday, because a lot of traders want to close their trade for weekend. Some want to cash out their money and move their money to their respective accounts. So it's not advisable to trade majorly on Friday, except if because during afternoon majorly the market usually slow in the afternoon on Friday, and very early on Sunday also. Around 10 p.m. also the market usually slow, because there is not much investor in the market during that time. So it is advisable that you trade when these two sessions overlap each other. So what are the pairs that you can trade? So I said you can trade any pair. But it is best to stick to a major and minor. So it is best for you to trade major pair and minor pair. So what are the major pair that I said earlier? I said the other time, I said you can trade Euro pairs, you can trade US pair, you can trade GDP pairs, then you can trade as well. You can trade Australian pairs as well. They are the major pair in the forex market. So what are the best time of the day that you can trade? what are the best time of the day that you can trade, that you can see from the chart that I open from this USD JPY, which is US dollar and again Japanese yen. So as you can see here, the market, this market start moving back up around 3 o'clock. You can see this 3 o'clock. There is a news that happened that time and the market reacts based on that. So let's see what happened around 1 p.m. when the New York session opens. So this is 1 p.m. This is 1 p.m. You can see that the market moved from this particular direction of indecision, which is 12 o'clock. You can see now. Let me zoom out so that you can see what I'm talking about here very clearly. Let me zoom out very well so that you can see what I'm talking about here, because we have to be practical now. So you can see that there is an indecision around 12 p.m. That's when the New York session wants to open. So see, when New York session open, there is a reaction. The market was pushed down to this level, and it was put down to the trend line that I drew here on this chart, as you can see it. So the markets move from here, from indecision down here. Then with the news that comes up around 3 p.m. some hours, just an hour ago, the market was able to reverse back to the uptrend. You can see what I'm just explaining now. So let's see also when the the London session, when London session wants to open around 8 p.m. So let's go to 8 p.m. and see what we are talking about here. So you can see this is when uh New York when London session is about to open. So when London session open, so market was reacting here. You can see it. And when Japanese session closes, Sydney session closes 7 p.m. 7 a.m. They close by 7 a.m. Let's go to when Tokyo session opens. Tokyo session, don't forget, I said open by 1 a.m. 1 a.m. So let's go to 1 a.m. and see what happened in 1 a.m. You can see the reaction. Just see what I'm saying, what I'm talking about here. You can see that from 12 a.m. in the morning, there was a downward movement of the market, and by 1 a.m. there was a reaction because another session opens. See it, market reverse back. You can see it. I believe you are understanding what I'm saying now. Then let's go to when this Sydney session opens. Let's go to 10 p.m. This 10 p.m. So the market was changed from indecision of upward movement down here. You can also go to past occurrence too, and you understand what we are talking about here. This is when New York session wants to open. They push the market down, and there was a reverse back. There will always be reaction when New York session wants to open. There will always be a reaction. Let's go to previous dates. 1 a.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. So see what I'm talking about here. There will always be reaction when New York session wants to open. Always be a reaction when New York session is about to open. There will always be a reaction when New York session is about to open. Always a reaction when they want to open. You You can see that the market was pushed up back. You can see it. You can see the reaction. They pushed the market down, and there was a news. The market reversed back. So with this, I believe that you understand what I'm talking about here. When I said market reacts to each section of the market, I said we have Sydney section, we have Tokyo section, we have London section, and we have New York section. We have New York section. So what are the best time to trade? When two sessions overlap each other, that's the best time to trade. Then European trade session tend to be the best, the busiest of the three. But out of all these three, the European session is one of the busiest because there are a lot of companies that traded euro. So you you have to pick from which one that you are going to trade. Then when is the worst time to trade? The worst time to trade is on Sunday. So during when market open on Sunday early in the evening around 10 p.m, which is the Australian time, which is Sydney time, is not the best time to trade. So the market will be very sluggish that time. Then another worst time to trade is on Friday. That is the liquidity on Friday usually goes down because a lot of people have moved their money out of the market. Then the worst time to trade also is on holiday. Like on Monday, there was sluggish in the market because of the public holiday in US. So then when there is holiday, it's not a good time to trade. Then when there is a major news, it's not the best time to trade because news can change the direction of the market. There may be a major disaster or major event that will have happened that can change the direction of the market. So it's not the best time to trade. Then when you just wake up, or when you just wake up I just say you want to place time the trade, no, that's not the best time to trade. You have to study the market before you place your trade. So I want to thank you very much for your time today. So I will talk to you soon. You can see from what we predicted last 2 days ago, the market is respecting our trend line that we drew on our last trading session. You can see now this market is moving in our direction. So I want to thank you for your time today. Thank you very much. See you and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.